Here is a boy. I know many things about him that I want to let you know. You could find out all these things for yourself if you met this boy. But you don't have to. I'm going to let you know about him by using words. I'll begin with this word, Larry. It tells us the boy's name, so I call it a naming word. A person's name, even your own name, is a special kind of naming word. It starts with a capital letter. Many other naming words, for instance, some words I'll use to tell about Larry, don't begin with capitals. Of course, you already know Larry is a boy. Boy is another naming word for him. And did you know that Larry has a sister, and that he is her brother? And here's Larry's father. Larry is his son. That's another naming word. To the boys Larry plays baseball with, he's a pitcher. And to those he plays football with, he's a halfback. You see, these are all naming words for a person, Larry. And there are also naming words for places and things. For instance, the clothes Larry wears are things. A cap, a shirt, and a jacket. With these naming words, I've let you know what Larry sometimes wears. Now I want to let you know about some of the things Larry does. And to do it, I'll use another kind of word. Larry sits. He reads. He laughs. He points. He hops. I call these words doing words. They don't name people, places, or things, but they tell about actions, what someone or something is doing. I can let you know more about Larry by using doing words along with naming words. For instance, Larry runs. Larry is a naming word. It tells part of an idea. Runs is a doing word. It tells another part of the idea. The two words together tell the whole idea, and other naming and doing words go together in the same way. For instance, you remember Larry is a halfback. That's a naming word. A halfback kicks. He sometimes throws. And once in a while, he even falls. Each of these doing words is an action word that goes with the naming word, halfback, to tell an idea. Remember, a short time ago you knew nothing about Larry. Now, by using words that name and words that do, I've let you know quite a lot about him, about what he likes to do, and even something about his family. And there are some other things I can let you know about Larry and about these two kinds of words. For instance, here is where Larry lives. Here is his bed. That's a naming word. And here is his football, another naming word. And here are his toys, still another naming word. But wait, this naming word is different from others we've seen. It ends with the letter S. S added to the naming word lets you know that Larry has more than one toy. I'd also like you to know that Larry has more than one book. He has books. And he has more than one car. He has cars. So when I use naming words to tell about more than one person, place, or thing, I usually add the letter S to the ends of the naming words. This rule doesn't work for all naming words, but it works for most of them. Now I've told you about things Larry has by using naming words. And I'd like to tell you what Larry does with his things, using doing words. For instance, Larry has taken a game out, and he plays. Plays is a doing word. Now Larry has a car, and he rolls its wheels. Rolls is also a doing word. Have you noticed that both these doing words end with the letter S? When doing words end with S, it usually means that one person or thing is doing something right now. And now Larry is picking up his football. Punts is a good doing word to use about a football. But even though Larry doesn't do that in the house, he remembers that yesterday in a game, he punted. Punted. This doing word tells about something that happened a while ago, and it ends with ed. Many doing words about things that happened a while ago end with ed. For instance, if Larry were to put his boat into the water now, I would say he sails it. But if he did it yesterday or last week, I would say he sailed the boat. Since he did it a while ago, the doing word ends with ed. So to tell you about things Larry did a while ago in the past, I sometimes can add ed. So I can use naming words to tell about one person, place, or thing, a toy, or more than one person, place, or thing, toys. And I can use doing words to tell about things Larry does now, plays, or things he did a while ago, played. And using naming words to tell you about people, places, and things, and doing words to tell you what is happening now, or what happened a while ago, I can let you know about any place Larry may go and anything he may see or do. For instance, Larry's sister sometimes takes him to the zoo. That's a naming word. There, he walks and he looks, doing words. He looks at the kangaroo, a naming word. As it hops, a doing word. He looks at the lion, naming, while it eats, doing. He looks at the monkey as it swings, and the seal as it swims. There is more than one giraffe. There are several giraffes. Remember, naming words that end with S tell about more than one person, place, or thing. And here is a bear who sometimes growls. He's not doing it now, but the last time Larry was at the zoo, the bear growled. The doing word ends with ed because it happened a while ago. With other naming and doing words, I can tell you many more things about what Larry does and the places he goes. Did you notice goes is even a doing word? And Larry goes to school. He goes to the store. And the theater. And once in a while he goes to the airport. The names of all these places are naming words. At all these places, Larry learns, shops, eats, and sometimes he looks, doing words. Using naming words and doing words, I've told you quite a lot about Larry and the things he does. And listening to me, you may have come to know him pretty well. Maybe there's something you want to let others know about. A place, a person, or a thing. And maybe you can do it by putting naming and doing words together. I've told you my thoughts about Larry, a boy you didn't know anything about a while ago. And you can tell your thoughts to people using words that name and do.
you.